What is good, YouTube? A Squad 72, and today I'm going to be going over my thoughts for Destiny 2's beta. Now, up until this point, Destiny 2 has been getting a lot of hype as we get closer to drop date. For the most part, I've been able to avoid the hype train. I really wanted to go into this game blind, not even knowing what was going on, not even knowing like the start of the game, anything like that. I just wanted a blind, just initial playthrough, and just to see, what all they improved. But last week, the beta did come out on PC, and I decided to give it a go just to see what the hype was all about, and pretty much share my thoughts on this. Now, like a lot of people, I've put like countless hours into the original Destiny game, or games, or however you decide to look at it. But like I've been saying this entire time, this is Destiny that we're talking about, and so I had to know what I was getting myself into. Now, what I mean by that is, I played the beta, and I have to say that the game looks amazing. I can see a lot of detail in the game. You know, they really, I felt like they took their time with this, and like it's 60 frames per second, and so it's a super smooth experience when I was playing this game. And I really don't know what else to say about that, because it's kind of what I expected, seeing that when I first heard it was coming to PC. Like, I just knew they had to go ahead and do this right. Go ahead and take the time, take the effort and energy, and go ahead and knock this out of the park. Now, like I said before, it was 60 seconds, 60 frames per second. And that was something that the console versions they lacked back in the day, and so I mean that it's a plus there. But when it comes to the PvE, I felt like the enemies weren't too bullet spongy. I felt like the weapons that I did use, they were effective. They weren't too strong. They weren't lacking in any real department. It didn't seem too easy, and it felt like I was doing I felt like I was doing the right amount of damage, I can say. And so the fights didn't drag on too long, as far as with the AI or the bosses of, the story mission, anything like that. Now, what I can say though, the game is very responsive. It felt nice. It felt like it was actually optimized for PC. Although the game did crash on me at one point in time, but I'll get into that later. But it was to be expected though, because I've never gotten into a beta of anything and not had any issues. Like, that's just, I don't know why anybody would go in and think that it's going to be perfect, but that did happen. But another thing that I did like as well was that they didn't give us too much up front like they did last time. Last time they gave us like several story missions. They gave us patrol missions. They gave us, Hellmouth and all that on the moon, and it was just a lot at once. And although I did appreciate it, once the actual game released back then, I felt like I've already played half the original story at that point in time. So I mean, a little bit this time went a very long way, because Bungie gave us enough to keep us interested and to show us like, hey, these are some of the new things. We listen to you guys, and that, we care about your feedback. We want you guys to buy our game. And a little bit went a long way with this, and I can appreciate that. One story mission, one strike, and access to the Crucible was perfect. And so, like I said earlier, the game crashed on me, and that was when I was loading to the Crucible. And that, I kind of, like I said earlier, I expect that, because it's a beta. And so, but once I got into the Crucible though, that was a completely different story. Played a couple matches, we won a couple matches. And so, but what I noticed was that it was a slight difference as far as like supers, grenades, and different things like that. You probably already noticed that supers take a lot longer to become available to Guardians than the Crucible. Which is something that I'm not particularly upset about. It actually is now. I feel like it's going to be more skill based, even though at one point in time it didn't seem like that. Supers were going off like crazy, but now it's focusing on team play, because as everybody noticed, it's not 6v6 anymore. It's 4v4. So it's more compact, it's more tactical, and it's more skill based to me, and it's more competitive, because now you have to work with your team, you have to communicate with your team, and also it's just an all around, from my perspective, it's a better feel to it. Can't just go in guns blazing. You actually have to think about it and get with your team, and you don't have that, what I call a get out of jail free card when it comes to supers, because it had been times even when I was playing back on the original Destiny game, and I get into a situation where I was well over my head. There's 2-3 enemies in front of me, and they're gunning at me, and I just pop a noble bomb or a golden gun or something like that, and then I get out of jail free. Like I come out on top and different things like that, which felt like a total, total ass pull, but that's neither here nor there. What I'm saying is that it's more tactical, it's more competitive, it's gonna force you to work with your teammates. You're gonna have to focus fire, team kills, things like that actually matter now in order to pull this off and win games, and which is something that I like, because a lot of games nowadays are getting away from that. But at the same time, it's a totally different experience when everybody's on one accord and you're getting the job done, you're being effective. And so that's something that I also like as well. I'm trying to think of anything else. No, I think that's pretty much it. Like I didn't have too much expectation going into it, but at the same time, overall the game looked great, the game felt great, and I kind of expected it to be pretty good. Like, not that I'm just praising them or anything like that, because I'm still skeptical about last time they cut a lot of the content and it didn't feel like a complete game, but hopefully they get it right this time. But yeah, that's pretty much all my thoughts on that. Thank you for checking out the video. If you liked it, don't forget to like it, comment, subscribe, and share this video.